leads the National League runs batted in, walks and runs scored, and it's time with Dave Kingman for a home run. He's hit in 20 of his last 23, and he bounces the ball up to third. Fielded by third baseman Richie Henderson. Well, some devastating news has just moved on the AP wire. It just came over the wire about 3 or 4 minutes ago. That Thurman Munson, the Yankee catcher, has been killed in a private aircraft crash near Canton, Ohio. He has been flying his own plane back and forth to his home, and that would be really devastating. We repeat our information. We had a call off the radio station saying the story has moved on the AP wire. The Yankee catcher Thurman Munson was killed in a private airplane crash near Canton, Ohio, or perhaps right at the Canton, Ohio airport. The bases to the middle of the first pitch to Greg Luzinski. The Bryant will come in the score, and the Phillies lead by a score of 1-0. Luzinski hitting at 260 now with 56 runs batted in. Over Canton, Ohio. Reminds me of Kenny Hubbs, who was the second baseman for the Cubs, who was killed in his own private plane in a crash near Salt Lake City a few years back. Story did not say whether or not Thurman was flying his own plane or not, but might very well be. But obviously, point out he is a pilot and has been flying back and forth to get home. That will bring up Bob Boone. Boone batting for the first time against the Mets. He bounces it through the middle of the base hit to center field, and going to second base is Luzinski and holding it. Once again, we'll pass on the careful news. It came across the wire service. On a wire story, the next pitch alert showing what I missed. A wire service story reported that New York Yankees catcher Thurman Munson has been killed in the crash of his small plane on landing at the Canton Akron Airport. That was this afternoon at approximately 3 o'clock.
Ladies and gentlemen, how you doing? This is the Sports Time Machine, and we welcome you to something a little somber. Hopefully it'll put a smile on your face. This is the New York Yankee Alternate Universe 1979 replay. And for those who are coming in, we'll go ahead and kind of explain where we're going. So give me one moment, and we'll get things going right here as we play the New York Yankees versus the Milwaukee Brewers. We open up the 1979 season. We welcome you to New York Yankee baseball for another opening day of the 1979 season. And folks, this is the New York Yankee Alternate Universe season, as we'll go ahead and probably flip this to a better looking stadium, as I'm always don't like this. I've never liked these ballparks, so I'm going to go ahead and switch. While I'm switching these ballparks, I'll go ahead and introduce everything. Again, my name is Mike. I'm the Sports Time Machine, and this is going to be This is going to be the replay I will never play. This is the 79 replay. I'm never going to play this as played. I'm not going to relive my childhood horror of the Munson death in August 2nd, 1979. So we are going to go where usually our Red Sox fan goes. We're going to go into an alternate universe replay, and we're going to explain what we got. So we're going to go with the as played rosters at the end of the 1979 season. And I'm going to be taking the Thurman Munson card from the 1978 season and playing. So he's going to be playing a full year unless he gets hurt, but he has enough at bats, so I don't think that should cause him much injury time. I'm afraid with the 300 plus at bats in 79, he may be lost for the season if I do this. So, yeah, this is not going to be as played. So I'm going to be making my own lineup decisions on who I have on the bench and who I can play. As you can tell, I've put Juan Benitez in center. George Scott's going to play first, just to give the Yankees a couple more right-handed bats in the lineup against a tough left-hander and Mike Caldwell. This is game 1 of the 1979 season. I'm also allowing HAL to make managerial trades in the off season too. So if he sees any decisions he wants to make, he can go ahead and make that also. So again, any questions, all that, please ask. Otherwise, let's play baseball as Ron Guidry takes them out. He is the former Cy Young Award winner from 1978. His Yankee defense with Lou Piniella on left. Juan Benitez gets to start in center. The Yankees do not have a center fielder after they traded away Mickey Rivers in the 79 season. Reggie Jackson will play right. Nettles at third. Stanley at short. Randolph at second. And George Scott at first. Munson's behind the plate. And on the mound is Ron Guidry. Ron Guidry has estimated, as JC Sports Replay is, what he's predicted to do. He's predicted to go 18-8 with a couple saves. So Guidry pitches somewhat out of the bullpen in the 79 season. He had a 2.78 ERA. It was like the Yankees also traded Bucky Dent during the offseason. I have to check that out and see if they did, because otherwise this Yankee team is going to have some changes. They're going to have to make some moves. I think I have to look for a more steady center fielder and maybe a better shortstop. So let's play this, ladies and gentlemen. It is opening day 1979. Playing advanced because STRAT has never super advanced the 79 set. And we'll be playing advanced stuff. So Paul Molitor, young looking second baseman lead off. He's a right-handed hitter, and Ron Guidry ready to take his first pitch. Munson sets the target. Guidry looks in, full windup, and the pitch. That will be a fly ball left field. Piniella there. Does he make the catch, though? He's a 3-6 and does. Good catch by Piniella, and it's out number 1. So out number 1 for the New York Yankees. And now it will be Robin Yount. So Yount, and he struck him out. So good strikeout by Ron Guidry. 2 outs. And now it is going to be Mr. Cecil Cooper. Cooper, a good 308 hitter, 24 homers, 106 runs batted in. Doesn't hit lefties at all. So this is a good spot for Guidry. Munson sets the target. Guidry looks in. Here's the full windup to Cecil Cooper. Struck him out. 2 strikeouts for Guidry. 1, 2, 3, go to Brewers. Bottom of the first coming up. Milwaukee nothing. New York Yankees coming up the bat. Again, this is a 1979 Stratomatic alternate replay. So for the Brewers, Mike Caldwell on the mound. He went 16-6 in 79, 3.29 ERA. He's always given Yankees fits. Up next, Yankee lineup, we have Randolph, Piniella, Munson, Randolph, Scott, Nettles, White, Benitez, and Stanley. So here is Willie Randolph. He'll lead off. Moore sets the target. Caldwell with the pitch. Here's a pitch to Randolph. And that's a ground ball to second. Molitor's got it. Throws him out for out number 1. Here's Sweet Lou Piniella hitting 297. 11 homers, 69 RBIs. That's what he did in that season. He gets his first at bat here. Charlie Moore behind the plate for the Brewers. It's Ogilvy, Thomas, Lascano, Bando, Yount, Molitor, and Cooper. Charlie Moore behind the plate, and Mike Caldwell is your pitcher. Moore sets the target. Here's the pitch to Piniella. That will be a pop to second. Molitor is there, makes the catch, and there's 2 outs. And now here's the Yankee captain, Thurman Munson. Hit in 1978, 297, 6 and 71. Ton of at-bats. That's why I'm thinking he should have played most of the season. Moore puts down the target. Caldwell looks in, and here's the pitch to Thurman. 1-7, fly ball to center. Gorman's got it, makes the catch, and that's the first inning here in New York. First inning, opening day, 1979. Milwaukee nothing, and the New York Yankees nothing. Top of the second here in the Bronx, as the Milwaukee Brewers will now set up. Sexto, Lascano, Ben Ogilvy, and Gorman Thomas. This is probably one of the best Stratomatic cards I've ever seen. His OPS for left-handers this season makes you want to cringe. He had an unbelievable season. He hit 321 on the 79 season, 28 and 101. He's considered to be a 7L, so he absolutely destroys left-handers. So Guidry's going to have to be careful here. Munson sets the target. Guidry looks in. Here's the windup to Lascano, and that's a foul ball behind the plate. Munson's there. He gets to it and throws him out. So he gets it on the ground and throws it to George Scott. So now here is Ben Ogilvy, 282, 28, and 81. Good hitter. Actually, he's a reverse left-hander. Hits lefties better than he does righties. Munson behind the plate sets the target. The Gator looks in. Here's the pitch to Ogilvy. And that will be a struck him out. 3 strikeouts for Ron Guidry. So now here's the center fielder, Gorman Thomas. Another excellent season. 244, 45, and 123. And he absolutely maims left-handed pitching also. Munson sets the target. Guidry looks in. 2 outs here, top of the second. Here's the pitch to Gorman, and that's a walk. So he's on. So 2 outs with a runner on. It will now bring up. I hope my sound is on. I'm trying to make sure I got people in the ballpark here. Looks like I do. Every sound is up. Again, a little bit late at night doing this, but I'll go ahead and get the ratings late if I have to. Here's third baseman Sal Bando, the captain. 246, 9, and 43. Munson the target. Guidry looks in. Here's the pitch to Bando. And that's a strikeout for Guidry. He has 4 through 2. Inning and a half in the books. Milwaukee nothing, and the New York Yankees nothing. And there he is, the star of the 1977 World Series, and he's also a 2-time world champion. It's Reggie Jackson. 297, 29, and 89. Another excellent season for Reggie. Hopefully he stays out of injury problems. I think he does have 465 at-bats. Moore puts down the target. Caldwell looks in. Here's the pitch to Reggie. And that's going to be a first base hit of the year for the New York Yankees. It's Reggie Jackson. So now here is George Scott, the great George. 254, 6 homers, 49 runs batted in. He takes the start instead of Chambliss. Chambliss is not happy being out of this lineup, but this New York Yankees skipper wants to play the odds and play maybe the better hitters versus lefties. So Moore sets the target. Caldwell looks in from the stretch. Here's a pitch to Scott, and that is a ground ball to second. Mauder's got it, throws to Cooper, and they're out number 1. Here is Greg Nettles. 253, 20, and 73 on the season. Nettles an even hitter, so he'll hit lefties or righties the same way. Moore puts down the target. Caldwell from the stretch. Runner on second, 1 out. Runner in scoring position. Here's the pitch to Nettles. And that's, he struck him out, and he'll be out for the rest of the game. Oof, already an injury hits the Yanks. But he'll go out for x-rays, and we think he'll be back. So here's Roy White. Moore sets the target. Caldwell from the stretch. Here's the pitch to White. And White ground ball to short. Yep, throws him out, and that is it. So the Yankees are going to need a new third baseman. So let's see who they have even in the books here. We had 3 catchers. Talk about it. An unneeded extra on this team. And, oh, brother, do they even have a third baseman who can play? That's going to be a new problem for this team. Wow, they gave you this roster, and there's no one to be. Well, Benitez can go and play third awfully. Ooh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, as they say. Ooh, okay, Juan Benitez, go grab your third base glove, dude, and we'll have to look for a third baseman in the waiver wire, I think. So the new center fielder for the Yanks, they don't got a good one either. I was avoiding putting anyone out there, and it's going to have to be, and I will put Bobby Mercer. He was originally going to start in this game, but that puts 2 forwards out there for the Yanks. That's not going to be good. This Yankee team is going to have issues in the outfield. They're going to have to trade around or do something, hopefully make a deal. So top of the third, here is Dick Davis. So Dick Davis gets the start for the Brewers. I think he was a 268, 1241 on the stats of the season. Yep. Munson sets the target, and a pitch from Ron Guidry to Dick Davis. And that's a ground ball to third. Benitez picks it up. Hey, he gets tested the first time, and Juan Benitez throws him out. How about that one? Here's Charlie Moore, 300 hitter, 5 home runs, 38 RBIs. X-rays are negative on Nettles. Should be day to day. Munson puts down the target. Guidry looks in from the stretch to Charlie Moore. And that's a walk to Moore. So we're on first and 1 out for Paul Molitor. Looking like an excellent ball player. He had a 9 home runs, 62 runs batted in. Munson sets the target. Guidry now working from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Molitor. And that is going to be a walk from Guidry, and he's put 2 on. With the shaky Yankee defense, they're going to have problems. And now here's a shortstop, Robin Yount. He liked right-handers that year, so his stuff isn't as enticing to left-handed pitching. So let's see how well it turns out. Munson sets the target. Guidry from the stretch, first and second, one out, pitch to Yount. And Robin Yount, double play ball, ground ball to short. That's Stanley. Molitor, I'd say Stanley, Randolph to the first baseman, George Scott for 2. No runs, no hits, 2 walks. They strand 1. We go to the bottom third. It's Milwaukee nothing and the New York Yankees nothing. This is a 1979 New York Yankees alternate replay. So last of the third here at the stadium. And now here's Juan Benitez. He gets to start today, and he has moved to third base. 254, 4 homers, 17 RBIs. Just loves left-handed pitching. Let's make sure the Brewers are set up to go. Yeah, they are to play as computer. So Moore sets the target. Caldwell looks in. Here's the pitch to Benitez. And that's a pop straight to short. Yount makes the catch, and there's one away. Here is a shortstop, Fred Stanley. Again, this Yankee team is not loaded when it comes to their defense, to their team. Moore puts down the target. Caldwell looks in. Here's the windup to Fred Stanley. And that's a fly to left. Ogilvy there makes the catch, and there's 2 away. Here's a second baseman, Willie Randolph. Randolph grabbed it out his first time up. So far, Yankees got a hit, and that's all we got so far. Moore sets the target. Caldwell looks in. Here's the wind up to Randolph. And that's going to be a line drive base hit for Willie Randolph. So he's on. He gets to steal under the old system, not this. We have to get the lead. Caldwell is a -4. Moore is a 0. So we'll see if he can get it. 1 to 13 is the steal, and he gets it. So Randolph steals second. That'll be a good man to get on there. Again, they got their second hit. Now here's Piniella. He's always enjoyed hit lefties a little bit stronger. We'll see if he can get one here. Moore sets the target. Caldwell has to keep Randolph close. Here's the pitch to Randolph. Piniella, but he hits a ground ball to short. Gets it, throws him out, and that, folks, is your third inning. No runs, 1 hit. We go to the top of the fourth. It's Milwaukee nothing and a New York Yankees nothing here. The 1979 alternate universe replay. Top of the fourth, Milwaukee 0-0-0. The New York Yankees are at 0-2-0. Top of the fourth, and it will be Cecil Cooper, followed by Sexto Lascano and Ben Ogilvy. So again, Cooper steps up, and that elevated little crouch of his. Munson sets the target. Guidry, full wind up to Coop. And that will be a long drive to deep right center field. That's off the top of the wall, almost cleared the wall. Cooper in the second stays right there, and he has a leadoff double. I have a feeling he's not even powered up against left-handed pitching, so he got a break there. Yep, he is a W versus lefty, so that would have been a single, 2 stars on that, but he gets the higher roll and gets the double. So Cooper, first base hit for the Brewers. He's on at second. And now here's Lascano, and the Yankees may decide, even though Ogilvy hits lefties so much better, they are probably going to go ahead and give him his free pass. So there it is. They give Lascano the free pass, talking about giving him some major ups. First and second, nobody out. Here's Ogilvy. Ogilvy struck out his first time up. Guidry didn't like to do that, so I'm sure he'll be asked about that. Munson behind the plate. He's calling this game. Guidry looks in. Here's the windup to Ogilvy. And Ogilvy has a walk, and the bases are now loaded. So a double, intentional walk, and a walk. Bases loaded, no out in the fourth. The Yankees want to bring the infield in, and I do not like that at all. Okay, so in advance, you don't get as many options. So I'm going to try to either you have him in or you have him out. There's no other options you get. So we're going to play him back. Bases loaded, nobody out. Thomas the batter. Big time mistake here. Puts the Brewers up big here in the fourth on opening day. Munson puts down the sign. Guidry needs to get a strikeout on Gorman. 175 during the season. Let's see if he gets one. And that's going to fly ball right field. Jackson has a bit of an arm. Let's see if they're going to try to send Cooper. Throw home. The throw home is not in time. It goes short. Lascano and Ogilvy move up, and it's 1-0 Milwaukee. So now here's Sal Bando. Bando on the year 0 for 1, struck out. Second and third with Dick Davis on deck. So Munson sets the target. Guidry working from the stretch. Second and third, one out. Again, Yankees playing the infield in. They're going to pull it back. Again, they're not going to stay. I know with Mike Caldwell on the mound, you want to limit the number of runs you're giving up, but the Yankees aren't going to try to play this. Here's the pitch to Bando. And that's a walk. So Ron Guidry cannot believe this. He has walked 6 and struck out 4 so far. So Guidry's high whip, he can tell he's just not having it. Bases loaded, 1 out. The corners are going to play in. They'll come home if they get something right at him. And here's Dick Davis. Munson sets the target. Guidry working from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Davis. And that's a strikeout. Oh, he hadn't right where he wanted it, but Davis swung through 2 outs. So now big opportunity for Charlie Moore, converted outfielder catcher. 300 on the season, so a good hit, good ball and play hitter. Munson sets the target. Guidry working from the stretch. Bases loaded, 2 out. Here's the pitch to Charlie Moore. Struck him out. So Ron Guidry strikes out 2, walks a couple. So Milwaukee scores 1. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Opening day, New York. It is Milwaukee 1 and the New York Yankees nothing. Bottom of the 4th coming up here in the BRONX New York. So let's look at something here as we kind of got our own audience here. It's going to be April 5th, 1979. Let's take a look at it, folks, and see what let's see what the world had for us that day. So April 5th. Let me take a look while we're sitting here and have people do come in. I'm not sure if we're going to get an updated Major League history, but let's see what we're doing here. So the Yankees did lose this one 5-1. Of course, the Yankees never do beat Mike Caldwell in action. So let's take a look at the game itself and see what the Yankees are going to be up against history-wise. So no home runs by the Brewers. RBIs in the ball game. Money had 2. He's not even in the lineup. Cooper had 1. Lascano had 1. And Charlie Moore had the RBI. For the New York Yankees, the only RBI in the ball game came by Cliff Johnson. Again, not in the lineup. Paul Blair, it was. Again, this was opening day with trade. So Mickey was in the lineup. It was Rivers, Randolph, Munson, Johnson. Chambliss now will get more time because of that. Caldwell, complete game. 7 hits, 1 run earned. No walks, no strikeouts. Guidry went 5 2/3, 4 hits, 4 runs. All earned, 2 strikeouts. New York. Again, this is New York Yankee baseball as we played the 1979 alternate universe game season. So here's Munson. He gets the start 0 for 1. Moore puts down the target, and Caldwell from the windup of pitches. And that's a pop to straight up Munson away. Here is Reggie. Reggie has singled this first time up, one of the 2 Yankee hits. Moore sets the target. Caldwell looks in. Here's the windup to Reggie Jackson. Fly to right. Lascano there makes the catch. 2 outs. An excellent Brewer outfield with Ogilvie in left as the 4 that kind of sticks out. Here is George Scott. Moore sets the target. Caldwell looks in. Here is the pitch to George Scott. And that's a fly to center. Gorman is there, makes the catch, and the Yanks go 3 up, 3 down. Let's head back to the 5th. It's 1-0 Brewers. So the Brewers will now send up. It will be Mauder, Yount, and Cooper to bat for the Milwaukee Brewers. Don Money is actually, he's actually on this team. It's Money, Gantner, Martinez, Wolford, Fossey, and Sakata are your extra players on this team. Munson sets the target. Guidry looks in. The big windup and pitch to Molly. And that's going to be a double to left field off the wall. Pinella will play it. Molitor in the second, and you got a double for Molitor to lead off the 5th. Second base hit of the ball game for the Brewers. And now here's Robin Yount. He's 0 for 2 in the ball game. Munson sets the target. Guidry looks in. Guidry again in trouble here. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be a strikeout out. So a 7 strikeout for Guidry, 6 walks and 7 Ks, including giving up 2 hits. Here's a first baseman, Cecil Cooper. Double, and I believe scored the lone run. He had a double off the wall. He hit that 6-4 roll, which would have been a single 1-15 double, but he got the double instead. Munson puts down the target. Guidry from the stretch. Runner on second, 1 out. And that is going to be a strikeout out, number 8 for Guidry. So Ron Guidry, coming off an amazing 78 season, has 8 strikeouts in his opening day here in 1979. So let's go ahead to Sexto Lascano. Again, he got the intentional walk the last time. Ogilvy is on deck. And guess what? He's getting another one. So you check the stats out, folks. Lascano against left-handers in 1979 is just outright outrageous. So Lascano gets his second intentional walk, base open. He's not Barry Bonds, but boy, that year he sure was. Here is Ogilvy. Again, he mashes lefties better than he does righties, so not exactly. Ogilvy's actually giving him some protection. Munson sets the target. Guidry from the stretch. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be all 6s. Fly ball to center. Mercer there. Make the catch. And the Brewers strand 2. So we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. I don't think the Milwaukee manager is not too happy about that one. Even Sexto Lascano being walked twice on opening day. I believe that would be Billy Martin, who got fired in 78, ended up coming back in 79. It's probably with Bob Lemon, if I'm guessing right in this one. Let's see what information we have for the Brewers on their record. They do. George Bamberger managed them. 95 wins on the season. So 5th American League in attendance. Of course, no extra wild cards. Made 95 wins. And back of those Baltimore Orioles, very much non-existent. So here is Bobby Mercer. Gets his first at bat since the Nettles injury. More from the wind up. Lefty. Match. And that's a walk. So the he gets the walk. He works the walk. Runner. He's first time up. He grounded out. Not much hitter this season. He hit righty a little better, so he's kind of looking from the stretch. The Brewers are playing the infield. All right, folks. Sorry about that. I do apologize. Again, we're gonna have to see what happens here in what's going to look like. A little bit internet issues tonight. I kind of had a feeling I was going to do that if I wasn't watching it close enough. So let's go ahead and zoom that back in for you guys. Let's get back to the game. Hopefully didn't lose too much. Let's go over any statistics that you might have missed. Top of the 6 so far. The Brewers 1-2-0. The New York Yankees 0-2-0. So far, Mike Caldwell threw 5, 2 hits, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Ron Guidry all over the place. 5 innings, 2 hits, 1 run was earned, 7 walks, and 8 strikeouts through 5. So here's Thomas. He'll be followed by Bando and Davis here in the 6th. Munson sets the target. Guidry with the big windup to Gorman Thomas. That's a fly ball to center. Mercer there makes the catch. Here's Bando. They're doing as best they can, avoiding those X's out there. They got a lot of landmines sitting out there in center, right, third base, 3 4s, and they're going to come back to bite you at some point. Munson puts down the target. Guidry from the windup. Here's the pitch to Bando. And that's a ground ball to first. Scott isn't too bad. He gets it, and he boots it anyway. So Scott, there's Chambliss saying, hey, I would have came up with that one. So that's an E3 on George Scott here in the top of the 6 with 1 out. So now here's Dick Davis. So now the Brewers got to run around 1 man out. Munson puts down the target. Guidry working from the stretch to pitch to Davis. And that's a strikeout. Number 9 for Guidry. So Ron Guidry, 9 strikeouts. A big afternoon for Ron. So here's Charlie Moore. Fans on their feet. We have a big crowd here. Of course, the Yankees are hoisting up the 1978 World Champion. Big with it is in the Bronx. Back-to-back World Championships. Munson puts down the target. Guidry working from the stretch to pitch to Moore. And that is a ground ball to short. Stanley that goes to Randolph and ends the 6th. No runs, no hits. A 1 error. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Milwaukee still clinging, as they say, to a 1-0 lead. So this is 52,000 live fans here at the old ball yard. The Yankees will now send up Randolph, Pinella, Munson here in the bottom of the 6th. Caldwell only giving up 2 hits himself. Moore sets the target. Caldwell, the big windup and pitch to Randolph. And that's deep to left field. Back goes Ogilvy. It is gone. So Willie Randolph hits a home run in the bottom of the 6th inning, and the New York Yankees tie this at 1. Hey, Willie Randolph, this bud's for you. So Randolph, first home run of the year. The Yankees' 3rd hit, and they tie this at 1. They don't get a lot of these options against Caldwell, and they just got one there. Hit it deep, far, and gone. So Moore puts down the sign. Caldwell looks in. Here it is. The pitch to Pinella. Pop the 3rd. Bando there. 1 away. Thurman Munson, new Yankee general manager. The sports time machine is out there in the owner's box with Mr. George Steinbrenner. Again, they're talking about how this team was done. And, of course, the Yankees are missing some of their big pieces. Moore puts down the sign. Caldwell from the windup to Munson. So this is going to be ground ball the 2nd. Makes the play, and there's 2 outs. So here's Reggie. Reggie comes up 1 for 2. Moore puts down the sign. Caldwell looks in. Here's the pitch to Reggie. And that's a ground ball to 3rd. Bando's got it. Long throw and makes the play. But the Yankees get a run on a home run by Willie Randolph. Let's head to the top of the 7th. It is 1-1. Milwaukee, 1 run, 2 hits, and the New York Yankees, 1 run, 3 hits, and 1 error. Top of the 7th here at the big ball yard in the Bronx. So now here's Paul Molitor. He'll be followed by Robin Yount and Cecil Cooper. So Molitor 1 for 2 with a double. Munson sets the target. Guidry with the big windup and pitch. And he makes it left field. Molitor, a great hitter against lefties that season. You can tell, stayed right there with it. He's on at first, and now Molitor has a chance to run. So let's see what the Brewers do. Here's Robin Yount. He's 0 for 3. Grounded a double play, struck out. He struck out twice. Cooper on deck, followed by Lascano. Munson sets the target. Guidry working from the stretch. Here's the pitch, and he stole it. Molitor stole that one. and he's on at second with no men out. So a big chance for Milwaukee here. Munson goes out and talks to Guidry. He taps him. He says, okay, let's do it. Again, going for the blind side. Mahler's a 1-9. If you want to try to run the third, don't think they're going to run themselves out this inning. Munson puts down the target. Guidry working from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Yount. And that's a ground ball to short. Stanley keeps it close, throws him out. So now the fun time begins. Sexto Lascano, who's about to kill somebody, has been intentionally walked twice, and he's on deck with the base open. So if they get Cooper here, again, they can let Ogilvy beat him and not let Lascano beat you. So let's see what happens with Cooper. He doubled back in the fourth. Top of the seventh, 1 out, 1-1 ball game. Both teams 1 run, 3 hits. Munson sets the target. Guidry working from the stretch, and the pitch to Cooper. Fly ball right field. That will be 2. Makes the catch, and here comes Sexto. And of course, Lascano looks in. You can tell he's kind of mouthing something to Guidry, and Guidry says he doesn't care. Munson kind of says to Sexto, take your base. And he does. For the 3rd time today, Sexto Lascano is intentionally walked. So he'll be leading the league and intentionally walked before we're done here. But Yankees are not going to pitch a lefty against this guy if he has to. First and second, 2 outs. Again, it's up to Ben Ogilvy. 0 for 2 of the walk. He's not protected Lascano enough where Guidry wants to face him. Munson puts down the sign. Guidry working from the stretch. First and second, 2 outs. And that's a base hit for Ogilvy. Mahler has to hold. Ball almost hit him. So he'll stop at third. Throw comes back in. The bases are loaded and 2 outs. So a big hit for Ogilvy. Keeps the inning alive for Gorman Thomas. He is 0 for 1 with a fly out. He walked back in the second and an RBI sacrifice fly back and forth. Dangerous situation with Thomas. He's an all-or-nothing modern hitter. He walks or hits bombs aplenty. So now Guidry has to be careful or become 5-1 in a hurry. Munson sets the target. Guidry working from the stretch. Here's the pitch. And that will be a walk to Thomas. He cannot believe it. And the Brewers lead 2-1. That is walk number 9. He's walked 9, struck out 9. So Ron Davis, ready and loose. Do the Yankees go there? Because the Brewers hit righties a little better here at the bottom of this lineup. So Guidry will probably stay there. But he's starting to fatigue. I have a feeling Guidry's probably an 8 or 9 here. He's probably an 8, and he is. He is an 8. So he'll be able to stay out there at least another one. Munson sets the target. Guidry working from the stretch. What a day for Guidry. 4 hits, 9 walks, 9 strikeouts. A lot of traffic, but only trailing by a run. So here's the pitch to Bando. And that's a walk to Bando. That is walk number 10. I think Billy Martin has seen enough. 3-1 Brewers in the 7th. Dick Davis the batter. And I think the Yankees are going to call out Ron Davis. So Ron Davis will come out. He will be the new Yankee pitcher. Guidry just wild all over the place. So Davis, the batter, he's 0 for 3. Davis, a lot more power versus right-handed pitching, though. Munson sets the target. Davis from the stretch, and here's the pitch. And that's going to be a fly ball to center. That could have been a walk on Guidry's side. Mercer makes the catch. And the Brewers now lead by 2 going to the 7th inning stretch. Milwaukee 3, New York Yankees 1. Milwaukee 3 runs on 4 hits. The New York Yankees 1 run on 3 hits and 1 error. We go to the bottom of the 7th. So Ron Guidry comes out. His official line, he goes 6 2/3, 4 hits only, 3 runs, 3 earned, but 10 walks and 9 strikeouts. So now here's George Scott. He'll stay. It'll be Scott, Mercer, and White. The bat for the Yankees here in the bottom of the 7th. A 2-run disadvantage. See if the Yankees can pull back in it. The only run was a home run by Randolph. Moore sets the target, and Caldwell looks in. Here's the pitch to George Scott. And that's a fly ball to center. That's Gorman Thomas. That's a tough play. He gets in the gap and makes the catch. Good catch from Gorman. 1 out in the 7th. And here's Bobby Mercer. Mercer has not had an official bat. He walked his first time up back in the 5th inning. He was not starting this game, but a Nettles injury for the game has forced some changes the Yankees had to make. Moore puts down the sign. Caldwell with a big wind up to Bobby Mercer. And that's a fly ball to center. Gorman, easier catch, makes it 2 outs in the 7th. Here's Roy White, 2 outs, switch hitter. He's a DH, so the Yankees can kind of do what they want here, make any moves they need be. They don't have anything out. They don't have anything really on the bench that says play me anymore. Oh gosh, they should have stayed. They should have played him. So let's go with 274 at bats. Oscar Gamble. What a year Oscar had. Well, 79. Jesus. So Oscar comes up, probably one of his finer seasons. So Moore sets the target. Caldwell, lefty on lefty matchup. Here's the pitch. And Oscar Gamble, deep to right field. That ball is gone. A pinch run, home run for Oscar. It is now Milwaukee 3 and the New York Yankees 2. Hey, Oscar Gamble, this bud's for you. So Oscar Gamble comes off the bench and hits a home run lefty on lefty matchup. So now Charlie Moore puts down the sign. Caldwell works from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Benitez. That's a struck him out to end the inning. Yankees going to run back on a home run by the big O, Oscar Gamble. We go to the 8th. Milwaukee leads by a run, 3-2. Milwaukee 3 runs on 4 hits and no errors. New York Yankees 2 runs, 4 hits and 1 error. We go to the 8th inning. This is an alternate universe. New York Yankees 1979 replay. So into the 8th inning we go. Moore fouled by Mottering out against Ron Davis and for Guidry. Munson puts down the sign. Davis with the windup and pitch to Moore. And that's a line drive, shortstop at Stanley, 1 away. Here's Molly, 2 for 3, had a double and a single so far, so he's had a couple hits. Munson puts down the sign. Davis from the windup and the pitch. And that's going to be a fly ball center. Mercer there, no X's. That's 2 outs. They can hold on here. They would survive this defense they're putting out there. Now here's a shortstop, Robin Yount. He's 0 for 4 in the ballgame. A long day for Robin. Munson puts down the sign. Davis from the windup and the pitch. And that will be a base hit off Davis's card. So Yount is on. Runner on first and 2 outs. And there's a much better hitter against righties is Cecil Cooper. Lascano on deck. That's where you want to keep the righty in there. So Munson puts down the sign. Davis working from the stretch. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a struck him out for Ron Davis. So the New York Yankees are trailing a run here in the bottom of the 8th. It's 3-2 Brewers. 3-2 Brewers, bottom of the 8th inning. Again, this is the 1979 alternate universe. New York Yankee replay of 1979. Again, we're going to be allowing HAL to make some trades if he wants to. And I'll make some moves too, which I'm going to have to with this team as the new appointed general manager to Mr. George Steinbrenner. And then we're also going to put our own lineups together, as won't let our manager put these silly lineups together anymore, and also make some moves. Also, injuries are on. But again, I am using Thurman Munson's 1978 season. So he has a full at-bats to play this season so he doesn't get hurt. And the unfortunateness of August 2nd, 1979 does happen. If you listen to the beginning of the broadcast, and we'll be replaying that a lot, is the Mets broadcast of the Munson death. So that was played at the beginning of the program. Bottom of the 8th, 3-2 Milwaukee. And here's Stanley, followed by Randolph and Piniella. So Stanley, good hitter versus lefties. We'll get another shot here. Moore sets the target. Caldwell looks in. Here's the pitch to the chicken. Ground ball to short. Yount's got it. Throws to Cooper. And that's 1 out here in the 8th. Here's Willie. He had that big home run. He's always been a much better hitter with power versus lefties. And he hit one down the line back in the 6th inning. See if Randolph can get lucky again. Moore sets the target. Caldwell from the windup. Here's the pitch. And that will be a pop up the first. Cooper there makes the catch. You got 2 outs. Here's Lou Piniella. If they don't get a run here, the Yankees 9th inning will be Munson, Jackson, Scott. So Yankees will be ready for whoever comes out. So Piniella waits. He's 0 for 3. See if Piniella can get something going here. On deck is the captain. Moore puts down the target. Caldwell looks in. Here's the pitch to Piniella. And sweet Lou hits a ball down the line for a base hit. He rounds first, but he'll stay there. And it will give Thurman a chance. So Thurman comes in. And he will come in. He's 0 for 3 so far. Fly out, a pop out, ground out against a tough Caldwell. Yankees trying to win this here. Moore puts down the sign. Caldwell working from the stretch. Runner on first and 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Munson. And he ground ball to short. Yep, the Monitor, it ends the 8th inning. Yankees strand a runner. Let's head to the 9th. Milwaukee 3, New York Yankees 2. Milwaukee 3 runs on 5 hits and no errors. New York Yankees 2 runs on 5 hits and 1 error. We go to the top of the 9th inning here at the BRONX, the Bronx, New York. So top of the 9th, Lascano followed by Wolford and Thomas. As you see, Mr. Lascano's scorecard, he's 0 for 1 with 3 intentional walks. A right-hander will come in, and he'll pitch to Lascano here. Righty on righty, not so much. Munson puts down the target. Ron Davis looks in. Here's the pitch. And that will be a pop-up behind the plate, we're guessing. Hopefully the play is made, and does. Actually, it was a little roller in front of the plate. Munson's got it. Throws a perfect strike to Scott for the first out. Here's Jim Wolford. So Wolford, they made a defensive replacement. You don't see them making smart moves like this. So Jim Wolford comes in for the very bad fielding Ben Ogilvy. Ooh, smart move by the computer. Munson sets the target. Davis working from the windup. Here's the pitch. And that's a strikeout for Ron Davis, his second. Now here's Gorman Thomas. He has 2 RBIs today. He had a sac fly in the 4th and a walk in the 7th. So 2 outs for Gorman. Munson puts down the sign. Davis looks in, and the pitch to Gorman Thomas. Walked him again. So again, he has 3 at-bats today that do count. He has sacrifice fly and 2 walks. Here's Bando, 0 for 2 in RBI, a little better hitter against right-handed pitching. Davis will stay out there. Munson puts down the sign. Davis from the stretch and the pitch. And that's a pop to third. Benitez makes the catch, and the Brewers go lightly in the 9th. No runs, a walk. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Yankees down to the last 3 outs. Let's see if they have a rally in their bones. It's Milwaukee 3 and the New York Yankees 2. Bottom of the 9th at the stadium. Let's see if the Yankees can finish this here. Jackson, Scott, Mercer to bat for the Yankees in the bottom of the 9th inning. Jackson will come up. Jackson is 1 for 3 with a single. Caldwell still out there for the Brewers. Moore puts down the sign. Caldwell with a complete windup and pitch. 3-7 a walk. The Yankees have the tying runner on at least. And it brings up the New York Yankee, George Scott. So George comes up. He so far in the game is 0 for 3, but he's got power against lefties. Let's see if he stays out there. Milwaukee closer. Let's see who the Brewer closer can be if they decide to go with him. That is also 1 walk to 2 Caldwell's fatigue. I got a feeling. So I got a feeling the closer is going to be Bob McClure. They don't really have the super closer on this team. So it looks like it might be McClure. So McClure or Augustine even. So Brewers don't have the shutdown guy. Moore puts down the sign. Caldwell working from the stretch. Runner on first and nobody out. Pitch to Scott. And that's a fly ball left field, not deep. Wolford there makes the catch, and there's 1 away. So now here is Mercer. He'll be followed by Gamble, who's had a home run in the ball game. The idea for Mercer is not to hit into a double play and to give Gamble another chance. Moore puts down the sign. Caldwell working for the stretch. The New York Yankee, who was the ball bearer for the Thurman Munson funeral, came in, had all those RBIs, and then in the game on Monday Night Baseball in this 1979 alternate universe replay. He's going to be a Yankee from the beginning here, folks. So now Moore sets the target. Caldwell working from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Mercer. Mercer, the single to right field. They will hold runners there. They can't risk a guy getting thrown out, and Lascano has a hose. First and second, 1 out for the big O, Oscar Gamble. So Gamble sets up. Oh, what a season he's had. 1 for 1 on the year so far, has the big home run. Can Gamble do it again and give the Yankees a walk-off win? 3-2 Brewers. Yankees 2-6-1. The Brewers 3-5-0. Gamble sets up in his crouch, almost like Cooper. Moore sets the target. Caldwell working from the stretch to pitch to Gamble. That is a ground ball to first. That's Cooper. Does he get to it? He does. It turns a double play to end the game. Cecil Cooper, one of the good young first basemen, turns a 3-6-3 double play to end it. Well, start spreading the news. The Milwaukee Brewers defeat the New York Yankees by a score of 3-2. The Brewers with a run in the fourth, 2 in the seventh. Hold on and win it. The Yankees get a run in the sixth, a run in the seventh, but not nearly enough. Caldwell wins it, goes 9, 6 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, 2 home runs, a lot of twos. Guidry goes 6 2/3 all over the place. 4 hits, 3 walks, 4 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, 10 walks, 9 strikeouts. Ron Davis goes 2 1/3, so he may not be available the next game. We'll have to see when it is. 1 hit, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. Home runs of the ball game, Randolph and Gamble. RBIs, Gorman Thomas had 2, Bando had 1, Randolph and Gamble had 1 apiece. Again, folks, this is the 1979 alternate universe New York Yankee replay for 1979. Again, we'll let Hal make his moves, make some trades, stuff like that. Again, if you ask me to make trades, I have to have the okay of it. They just can't do it without me. That's the only thing. Everyone else's trades can be made. That's within the STRAT trade system that's on here. Yankees do not play game 2 this series, I don't believe, until the weekend. And that's going to be a Saturday, and that's going to be Bill Travers versus Eddie Figueroa. And then on Sunday, the Yankees will finish up with Larry Sorensen against Tommy John. So they'll be off on Friday. So we'll go ahead and finish Friday off and see if there's any trades, anything serious to be made. And here we go. Play ball as they're playing through. Usually the game will stop and auto swap trades. You'll see moves, but nothing was done. So that is good. So now we go to the top. We'll now go to the Yankees' next game. And again, that will be Figueroa versus Travers. And that's going to be a Saturday afternoon game. So put that as a manual for the next time we'll be with you. And go ahead and hit OK there. Hit OK there. So now I need to look at I have people here kind of wandering in and out of the stadium. I'm going to look at my promote, demote people and see what I have here I could play with. Bucky Dent, 431 at-bats, and he's not on my roster. Bucky, you need to be on my roster. Okay, coach. Yeah, you need to be on the roster, Buck. So Bucky Dent will be now on my roster, I'm hoping, next time I play. Let's see what options I have if I play it. So hang on one second. I'll do it the next time in the inner game rosters. But that kind of hurt because I really could not believe they didn't give me another shortstop on this team, and that's why, because Bucky Dent was not made eligible. So I'm going to have to make a move there. Paul Blair only had 5 at bats. That's no biggie. Doyle, Garcia. I have a feeling a lot of these guys are not made eligible once the game starts. So I'm going to have to make those moves when I probably get in there. And let's see any other trades, anything else I'm looking at. Yeah, Dick Tidrow only had 23 innings, so not a lot for Dick in the 79 season. Let's see. Yeah, Don Hood gave him 89 innings. Probably came over from a trade. That'll probably be a key guy to have on this team. So, yes, Yankees do lose this one by a score of 3-2. Again, Saturday afternoon will be the next one, and hopefully we'll have you guys here for the game. Again, this is the Sports Time Machine for 1979 Alternate Universe New York Yankee Replay. We thank those who have been here watching from back in the crowd. Please like, please subscribe, and if you do watch this game, please leave any comments. Thank you, folks. We'll see you again and talk to you later.